With the war now entering its second year and the U.S. continuing to provide rockets, guns, and ammunition, there is a growing concern that the U.S. might not have enough military hardware to defend itself and its allies if needed. CBS's David Martin is at the Pentagon, where a recent war game showed the U.S. would run out of a key weapon while trying to stop a Chinese invasion of Taiwan.
The production line at the Lockheed Martin plant in Arkansas is gearing up to turn out one new rocket every 10 minutes. It's part of the $30 billion in weapons the U.S. has committed to Ukraine, but just a fraction of the Pentagon's staggering $858 billion defense budget.
This is darn close to being the biggest defense budget that we have ever had.
Since World War II, the only time the U.S. spent more on defense was at the height of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Lauren Thompson of the Lexington Institute says nearly a third of that is spent on weapons.
That is an amount of money that outstrips the entire economy of most European countries.
Yet the Pentagon is hard-pressed to keep Ukraine supplied with ammunition.
For a couple of key items, the stockpile is getting low.
What does low mean?
We're at a level where the risk for other war plans becomes great.
Retired Marine Colonel Mark Kansian of the Center for Strategic and International Studies says Ukraine's use of artillery shells far outstrips the Pentagon's capacity to make them.
They're using about as much in a month as we produced in a year.
If the U.S. can't keep Ukraine supplied in its fight against a decrepit Russian military, what would happen to American forces in a war against the number one threat, China?
The United States was critically short of a couple of key munitions, particularly long-range anti-ship missiles.
Kansian recently directed a war game in which the U.S. tried to stop a Chinese invasion of Taiwan.
Did the U.S. in these war games actually run out of these long-range anti-ship missiles?
Yes, the U.S. ran out of these missiles in the first few days of the war.
Even though it ran out of the missiles, the U.S. won the war game by stopping the Chinese invasion, but lost dozens of ships, hundreds of aircraft, and thousands of troops. Norah?
David Martin, thank you.